But we were snooping around. It sounded like the Dan Snyder vote was actually happening. And this came a couple weeks after Papa John got on a goddamn podcast and was like, hey, better ingredients, better pizza, less mic time for the boss. That's the next plan next time. You know, like that's basically what he said. And then he went on to say that, yeah, Jerry and Dan Snyder, they called me with the Pepsi company's president. They're like, hey, you're our two biggest sponsors. You guys get fucking Goodell out of here. Okay, get him absolutely out of here. We need to fire him immediately. And Papa's just saying this on a podcast, and everybody takes everything that Papa says with like it's Papa John.
Yeah,
let's remember. Let's remember it's Papa John.
Does he have a loyal group though that still follow him?
I don't know. He's getting asked to be on podcasts. I don't know if he. I don't know how that worked out. Who knows? He's got $1 bazillion. Yeah. I assume he can just disappear.
Who decides to have a vote? Do we know?
Yeah, well, it would be.
Doesn't one person just bring it to a vote?
Who can call it? Who can call and say, okay, we're going to vote to boot this dude?
So after watching Succession, there is a lot of different ways that those votes of no confidence and other things can happen, right? Because they can technically be outside the room, but those can be glass walls. And they could just be staring directly over the shoulder of everything that's going on. Because if it's in the one per club meeting, where it's only the decision makers. And Roger Goodell reported yesterday at the league meetings that he has heard nothing about the Dan Snyder vote out or whatever. He said, asked about the possibility owners would remove Commanders owner Dan Snyder from the NFL. Roger Goodell said, I'm not aware of that at all. Roger Goodell knows that he can say something that contradicts himself 2 months from now because that has certainly happened in the past, because things could change in the future. But I don't know if he would go that strong on that answer if it was actually happening. A lot of people were saying that he's lying, that probably is happening. I feel like with the way Roger has been known to speak in the past, he would have danced around that a little bit more. Don't you think, AJ?
Yeah, maybe, but first off, he's not under oath. He's allowed to lie and say whatever he wants. Like, that can absolutely happen. But
true, but he does.
If he said, I'm not aware of those votes happening, is it possible that he says, plausible deniability, hey, don't tell me. Don't tell me about certain things?
And it's only the owner's votes anyways. It's not commissioner's votes. So maybe after the vote is finished,
it's way better for him. Yeah, it's way easier for him to not know until, I guess, something's final.
Yeah, because you can just plead ignorance. Literally, he can go under oath. He can say, I had no idea. I had no clue this was happening. And he is we always say it, he's representing 31 billionaires. In this case, he would be doing just that. Hey, here's what we did. Now, you go tell people why. Hey, here's what happened. Good luck. You're taking you're taking all of the hate in the absolute flames that are about to come. From all of us. Good luck out there. We'll pay you $60 million, though. Yeah. And you'll get free peanut M&Ms every draft night. Okay? No problem at all. You'll get to do that. So you're 100% right. That definitely could be the case. And that could be happening right now, I guess, right?
You would think, yeah. Could someone have a follow-up question? Say, well, okay, you're not aware of it, but have you heard have you talked to any owners about it? Have you heard anyone bringing this up as a possibility?
Have you investigated how that would actually work since it hasn't happened in the past? Can you lay out the process of what would have to happen for that to take place?
Has that not happened? Have they never voted anyone out like that?
I don't think so, no. I do not believe
How'd they get, they got Carolina's, he just resigned, right?
Yeah, sold the team.
I guess what would happen is they would just a forced resignation, right?
That'd be like what I heard other schools used to do. If they wanted a guy who was on scholarship, not on the team anymore, so they get their scholarship back, but they don't want to be the people that cut the scholarship, they would just run them for 6-7 hours.
So they quit.
Hey, you want to keep going? Yeah. Or you just want to kind of leave.
Yeah, what you say? Be pretty easy.
I wonder if in that one per club meeting, they're like, Dan, we're going to go around the room and we're going to say every piece of information that we have about you that we will leak, okay, to whoever.
Oh, that'd be tough. Yeah, then I think he just, all right, thanks, guys.
Do you want to sell the team or what do you want to? Okay, thank you. That's what we thought. Have a good one. That's just like running a guy until he says, I'm out of here. It's like, is that happening? That would be banana land. But you have to assume with that much money, with how big the league is, with how much bigger they want to get, those are probably some pretty ruthless conversations happening in there, AJ.
So too much money, too many lawyers,
Ego.
Just so many gigantic corporations involved. I love that we're getting all of this, and you get so juiced because you watched the show Succession. That's why I can see your brain just you're putting each owner as a different character in the show. I can see it.
Bro, Kendall Roy coming out and saying, yeah, 375 fucking million, just like I said on the quarterly earnings call that everybody tried to report and refute and whatever. No, $375 fucking million. Invest in Fox now. What are we? Tom Brady's coming on board. Just like I fucking said, that is the right thing. I just think about that with everything now. Yeah, just that soul family. Yeah, because all the owners of the NFL at their buildings, they are Logan.
Yeah.
They are L to the OG. With $1 billion in business, billions and billions of dollars in business, $100 million deals with numerous people that have to be negotiated and have to be, the stadium contracts with local government have to be free. I mean, there is some real, super business shit that has to take place from that person. Then they go to a meeting where it's all of those people. And they're supposed to work with each other on who has the best ideas for the greatest league of all time. I couldn't even fathom how contentious it gets in there. Oh. There has to be some people that just...
Giant egos. Oh. Imagine the egos that are in that room.
And imagine if you do have the best idea. Imagine if you do have the best idea. Hindsight will tell us that my idea would be the best idea. I'm one of the owners. And I go in there and 5 people just absolutely murder it. And I believe in it. I've had a lot of success in my business. I think this would work. Fuck you. No, fuck you. Bury it. Do something else. Doesn't work. It'd be hard not to go back in there. Well, we listen to this motherfucker again?
Yeah.
How does that, and they always are so tight. I don't understand. I honestly wonder how
publicly, don't you think I am sure they talk about that. Hey, we can say and do whatever we want in here. No hard feelings, whatever. It's all business. But when we leave this room, we have to show a united front because the players, I'm sure they say, hey, the players would love for us to split up and start fighting. If owners start fighting other owners, then things could, players would find a way to wedge their way in and get some more power. So I'm sure they have to do that.
That's why when Mark Davis was sitting down in his starter jacket with a backpack on a chair, and he said something that was different than what 2 other owners said, it was ooh. Wait a minute. Yeah. Are they about to crash? Nope. They went right back into the room and were stand up the next time you're fucking in the room and shut up. Go ahead, Tone.
Don't you think owners probably before the one per club, if they do have an idea, they run it by other owners before they go into the meeting to gauge the temperature on it?
They have to have a little focus
and then,
group.
they go into the meeting knowing 10 guys are at least on my side. I could probably sway another 10 and then, we see how we go from there.
Politics. Yes. That's what politics are. That's what you do.
Well, Shiv and Romulus normally on the
even
same side.
Yeah.
House of Cards even, though. To go to that show, that's kind of how they do it. They do it all behind the scenes. But with the Commanders.
Succession has really blown my mind. I'm who have I talked to? I start piecing. I'm I think I've talked to somebody that had that role at one job.
I fucking know Cousin Greg.
Oh my God.
All the time.
I have met 3 of those WOMS games from different businesses. It's okay, all right. Is this a documentary or not? I don't know. This is much like Winning Time. I'm kind of viewing this thing as, this is definitely how it all goes because it makes too much sense, which is why the movie or the show is so goddamn good. Mm-hmm. But now that we are actually in that business and I have to talk to those people, it's it's hard not to view you as fucking Kendall Roy. I am so sorry. It's hard not to do it. I'm sure you're a better rapper. I don't know if that's the case, but it is. It's wild how these big businesses have to operate.